What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Calgary Flames. As the Calgary Flames right now, don't look now, but the Calgary Flames right now are currently leading the Pacific Division right now. They have 9 points on the season. They finally suffered their first loss of the season the other night, but they are 5-0-1 right now with 11 points. What do we think of the Flames? Is this sustainable? Is this a team that's going to maybe fall off a little bit? We're going to take a look at that in today's video. So let's just start off. Let's just look at the record, because the record speaks for itself so far for the Calgary Flames. As the Flames right now, 5-1 on the season. Ryan Huska has come in, done a really good job here through the first couple of weeks with the Flames this season. And, I mean, look at those, the goals for, goals against. Quite impressive here for the Calgary Flames. Goals for, 24 goals this season. That's 8th best in the league. Goals against, a lot of teams hanging around that category there at 6th with goals against of 15. Now, this is the one thing I will look at. It says SOS. That is their strength of schedule. We will be talking about that here a little more as the narrative in today's video. But that is one thing I would be looking at as a bit of a concern. Their strength of schedule, 31st out of 32, which means they've had one of the easiest schedules so far this season. But that means when they start getting tested against teams that are maybe a little bit, expectations are higher. Well, if they're able to win those games, right, you can't handle the schedule, right? That's not your control. You beat the teams that are on your schedule that you're supposed to beat. So the question is, what happens when they start to play the next couple of weeks when they play some stiffer competition? Are they still going to be able to play as well? That's really what we're going to be looking at here today. So here's the schedule. They beat Vancouver. That's always nice, right? They beat the Flyers, the Oilers, the Blackhawks. Their only loss coming in overtime against Seattle. And then they beat the Penguins last night in a shootout. So really what I'm looking at, I mean, with this schedule, again, pretty favorable schedule. Their next real road trip is going to be in the end of the first week of November, right? When they head to Montreal to take on Boston and Buffalo after that. Pretty favorable schedule, really up until American Thanksgiving, which is November 25th, like right around there. That's their first, like, 4-game road trip. So this is something that here for the Calgary Flames, like, as much as I want to sit here and say, oh, well, their schedule isn't good, so that's why they're winning all these games and it'll calm down. Yeah, it could. But you know what? If a team like, who do we expect to do well? The Dallas Stars, right, who are playing really well. If they had the same schedule and they won all those games, well, then would anybody bat an eye at that? No, because we expect the Dallas Stars to do that. The Calgary Flames, it's different because we don't expect them to win these games. We don't expect them to be winning 6-3 over teams like the Flyers and 4-1 over the Oilers, but they're finding ways to get it done. So when we look at really the guys that are getting it done right now for the Flames, it's really interesting to see just how different this team has become from where they've been over the last couple years. And I would say for the better in some regards. So let's take a look at the points for this team. Who is leading the way? So we obviously have Rasmus Andersson there. No real surprise, but, you know, you would like to see a little bit more from some of the guys that you expect to be, you know, the goal scorers on this team. But to each their own, it seems like a little bit more scoring by committee with this team so far. Jonathan Huberdeau, he's got 3 goals on the season. Zari, he's got 2. Kadri's got 3. Uyghur's got 3. Anthony Mantha, the guy that got pretty much shipped away, sent off to Castaway from the Washington Capitals, he's got 4 points in the first 6 games this year. Matty Coronado, he's got a pair of goals this year. So there's certain things with this Calgary Flames team, pretty impressive, pretty inspiring, right? You've seen guys get on the board, getting points. Michael Backlund's still in there, doing his thing. Now, I will say there's certain aspects of this team that aren't great, that are giving me a little bit of concern. And one of them being this team is a little bit they struggle with the discipline. They've taken a lot of penalties early on this season. And that's something that if you want to win a lot of hockey games, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot when you take a lot of penalties. And the league average is 78% for the penalty kill. They're hanging around 76. So they're below average. They're under 6 they're 16th or worse in the league for penalty kill. Not good. So for the Calgary Flames right now, you have to look at it in the sense of this is a team right now that's scoring a lot, right? Those 6-goal games back to back, the 4-goal game against the Oilers, is that sustainable with this team? And to be honest with you, I don't think it is. But I think the thing I would be more so worried about than the goal scoring thing is the fact they're taking a lot of penalties. If they can limit their penalties, continue to get good goaltending from Dustin Wolf, which we need to talk about that for a second. He has been incredible. Incredible for the Calgary Flames. Goalie of the future tag and all that stuff aside, I mean, the kid's undefeated this season, and he's got a .936 save percentage. Really solid numbers from Dustin Wolf. So, I'm hoping that this continues here for the Flames, but this is a team right now that with the state of transition and the amount of things we've seen change for this team, now Samuel Hanzik is injured. Will he be back? You're seeing a lot of young defensemen like Braden Paquel, Daniil Miramanov, Kevin Ball, he's a guy that we weren't sure what we would expect from him. He's kind of similar to what I saw when he was in New Jersey. Nothing super big. I mean, yeah, he's a big player, but in terms of the issues with his game, in terms of his speed and his skating are concerns, and that kind of continues here with the Flames. But this is a team, especially with guys like Braden Paquel, with Braden Paquel and Kevin, and you got guys like Ryan Lomberg up front, they have some pretty big players on that blue line. And despite losing guys like Zadorov and Giordano over the years, and they still have guys like Weegar and Paquel and Lomberg up front, or Kevin Ball on the back end. There's a team that's still a pretty big team, all things considered. So I like what I've seen here. Right, this is the thing with the Flames is, as much as the goal scoring, you got to clean up the penalty kill. You got to clean up the penalties. And if Dustin Wolf stands on his head the way he has so far, he's so far done everything that you've asked. What else can this team do moving forward? Can they use this as a springboard of momentum? Everybody doubted us in the preseason. We're the underdog. Can they continue that narrative the rest of the way? That's going to be the real test. And we're going to find that out pretty quickly here for the Calgary Flames with how their schedule lays out. But let me know what you guys think down below. What do you guys think of the Calgary Flames? Are they for real this year? Do you think this is kind of a flash in the pan, just a good start? Maybe teams aren't taking them that seriously, and that's why they're winning. And maybe teams come in there thinking, oh man, this is a good Flames team, this is a good test for us. They're going to give them their better effort, and maybe that's where the Flames are going to trip up. We'll see. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.